Okay. Mike in Washington State. You ready to start on your Striker 655? This is a very popular Striker radio. Now, I'm sure you guys noticed that I don't use the customer's microphone. I have a lot of test mics that I use. Unless you buy like an aftermarket microphone and then I put a battery in it, make sure it works. But I don't pull the stock microphone out. I'll check it now before I box the radio up, make sure that it's in there, but I don't pull it out to use it. Okay, let's hook it up, make sure everything works, and then I'll get in there and get busy. Breaker for the power supplies. I never leave that breaker hot. Excuse me. Now you have to remember, these strikers take a second to boot up. They run a test, power on self-test when you first turn them on. So it takes like a second before it lights up. So don't be concerned, that's normal. Okay, we are on 28 megahertz even on channel 1. Let's see, what all are we doing to this? Just the enhancements. I'm looking at the orders over here to make sure that I don't miss anything. Mike is a repeat customer. He's bought a lot of things from me. And Mike, your business is very much appreciated. Okay. Hello, audio. Audio 1 2 1 2 audio. Hello. Test 1 2 1 2 test. Audio. Wow. Audio. We're hitting 100 on peaks already, and I haven't even been in the radio yet. Dead keying exactly 10 watts. You know what? I'm beginning to think that element is reading low. Let me put the new 100 watt element in there. No, pretty much dead on. Hello, audio, audio, hello, hello, audio. I like that swing. Okay, time to get busy. Oh, I guess I should see if the receiver works. Yep. Sounds to me like it does. Okie dokie. I'll tell you what, I like this little GoPro. I told you guys it was my Christmas present from my family. Sure does make for some long videos though. I've got good comments from you guys about the videos, but let me know what you think about, the length of the videos now. Come on, turn that loose. Should I go back to trying to make them real short like I was doing before? Or do you like these long, drawn-out videos watching me work? Already had quite a few of you tell me that you like the long ones, but I'd like to hear from everybody. If you don't like it, I want to hear from you too. Well, fumble fingers this morning. The layout is a little different than the 955. For one thing, the filters are turned this way instead of this way, and there's a big can missing from right here that the 955 has for the sideband portion. But they are very reliable radios, and I've never had one of them come back. People seem to love them. So, good job, Striker. I think Sean gets it. You know, he knows what we want. And he tries to fulfill that. And he was one of the smart ones that ordered in a bunch of extra radios. So I'm not having any trouble getting 655s or 955s yet. I'm getting the heat out to the tip. I'll switch over here in a minute. But for this little task, I like to use this one. Come on, gotta get some on the other side too. There we go. Okay, gotta hop off. Alrighty. Now then I'll switch. Go back to my standard tip iron. And do the rest of the mod. Let's look at this component here. If I can even pick it up. See if I got something I can lift it up with. Look at that. That's a resistor. Just a little bit bigger than that poop. I mean, I don't really know what that poop looks like, but you get the point. All right. Time to get busy. Yeah, these are 09s. They're pretty wide. Gotta wait till it warms up. Grab those crystal filters because they glue them in place, and also the eyelets are real tight. Ooh. Run that damn solder ball before I forget it. There's number 2. Turn it around and get the capacitors out. DC input buffer filter capacitor is the one I don't get. They only put a 470 microfarad cap in there. I mean, that will filter like millivolts of noise. But anything significant, it won't do anything with it. So I don't get that. Uh-oh. Have to clean this thing out quite often because it does pull in the solder. Okay. The ones where the ground pass through are always the toughest ones to get all the solder out of. Yeah, still didn't get it all. come on now. I don't want to turn the heat up anymore. God damn, it's a PC board. And there comes my UPS truck. I have a good UPS driver. He usually gets here about this same time every day. Never have to worry about him stopping to pick stuff up. And everything that I get from him is in good shape. Unlike those 2 cases of DX959Bs that came via FedEx that looked like somebody had drove over them a couple of times. They ruined 2 cases of DX959Bs. Now, of course, I didn't accept it, but it went back to the distributor, and the distributor told me they were destroyed. Basically junk. So I think they had them insured, but I don't know that for absolutely sure. Okay, I want to move him around to the other side. And that's what gets me. FedEx is normally good, but they sure screwed that bunch of radios up, I'll tell you. Alright, now we'll come in on this side. Put that in there just like that. And I'm going to go talk to my UPS man. Okay. Wrong ones. That's for the singles. see, by putting these, I call them stilts, but they're standoffs on there, I can get it, I can put a larger capacitor on the board where that little 470 microfarad cap was at. So we get some decent buffering and filtering on the DC input. Make sure I get good penetration on that side where the ground plane is. Y'all should be able to see everything right there. But see, we got this big 3300 microfarad cap now in there in place where that little 470 was. Now for this one, I'm going to put short standoffs on here just to keep it above the components that are around it, because it will actually cover those up if you don't do something to keep it off of them. It doesn't take much because those tiny components are not very tall. And all this is spray tube off of like WD-40 or something along that nature. They work great for standoffs. Is that hole not completely cleared out? I don't think it was. No, it wasn't. And that's the ground side. It's one of the problems I have sometimes. Looks like it's clear on this side, but I got a tiny little bit of overhang on the top part. Still trying to buy up inventory. Can't get radios. No 2547s. So what I've got in stock is what I've got. I heard what our new president has done already. So you guys can look for gas prices to go up. You can thank the Democrats for that. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking politics on this channel. Sorry about that. Won't happen again. Well, maybe it won't happen again. really don't like this guy we have as a president now. If he can be elected president, anybody can be elected president. But just, you know, I hope I'm wrong, but I think gas prices are going to go up because of the actions he's taking. Stopping the pipeline, no fracking. All right, now, see, I got that other one installed, and he's up off the board just a tiny bit. Okay, and when the radio is mounted, these are hanging down. So, no problem there. I'm getting ready to put in the new filters. What were those? They were 9 kilohertz that came out of here. And what I'm putting back in here are 7.5s. Hope you can see that. Let's see, let's turn both of them up. Hopefully you can read that. If not, I apologize. Trying to get it to where that the light is shining on them just right. That may have made it more difficult for you to read. But they're NGKs. No, they're not. These are ECS. The singles are the NGKs. ECS has been around a long time. I think it means electronic crystal service or something like that. I could be wrong. I'm sure you guys will correct me if I am. Okay. Set it down real easy because I don't want to jar them back out. Get under here and push up on them so that I can make sure that they're all the way against the board. And they are. They actually stayed in place. Sometimes it happens. I'm serious about you guys emailing me about the videos. Now, I do want to know what you think about the lengthy videos, you watching me do everything, instead of just showing you what it is before and after, that kind of thing. Okay, now these are soldered. See, it's got one spot where it's soldered in at. Let's see, can you see that? Yeah, right there on that one. This one is on the side there. So I've got to unsolder these before I can even take them off. And put me a screwdriver in place. Well, probably should go from the front like this. Yep. Turn the heat up on the iron. loose. I have to get a bigger soldering iron. I got the heat up all the way. That crap is just one big heat sink. Damn thing is hot. Okay, now let's get the other one. This one I'm going to need this tool for. And you guys cannot see a thing, can you? Well, I have found that most of the time these are pretty much spot on, the adjustments in here, but I still like to check them because every now and then you find the one where the adjustments are way off. Gotta get my iron time to catch up. Damn, this side's going to be worse than what the big one was. We'll have to switch over to a different tip. I've got the small tip on this one. I'll put the big one on there. The other one is just not getting hot enough. This one should get hot enough, but I gotta wait on it to get hot now. Getting water to my sponge. Alright, I got both of them off, but as you can see, that one doesn't have any adjustments in it. So I gotta wait for it to cool off, and then I'm gonna put it back on. Alright, and now I'm gonna be injecting a tone into this one, and I'm sure you guys don't want to listen to that. And I'm going to be hooking up a meter. These things have lots of test points, but they're like little dots on the board. There's one right there. There's one. Here's one. Here's one. And they're good for just sticking your probe to, but you can't clip anything on there. So I'll pause the video while I do the adjustments and the tuning, and then I'll come back after all that's done, so you guys don't have to listen to this. Okay. Band. And then channel 20. Okay. Again, that's those lights. So anyway, I'll pause this and then I'll be back. Okay. All right. Start the video. Oh, the video's already going, huh? Well, I wasn't going to start the video again until I finished with that noise, but I guess I touched the phone the wrong way or something and started it up again. So that's all done now. I'll solder those cans back in place, the covers. First. I'll know from now on, and I did already know it, I just forgot it, that there was nothing underneath this one that I needed to touch. Need to let my iron get hot again. Like like these big heat sinks on the back of these radios. They'll stand on their end for you. And you always want to put some fresh solder and flux on there to make sure the solder flows back in place really well. And just like I figured, this one, the alignment on it was spot on. They do a pretty good job on these. Okay, they're both back in place. The tuning is done. The bias has been set. All I need to do now is put it back together. Let's see, I also need to mark the parts. You see how I moved that wire to the other side of these chokes, the toroids that are on the power wires, to make room for this guy. Still works just as well. But now we got larger capacitors on the DC input and also on the voltage regulator. And I think you remember me telling you, for the time being, no more 24-hour burn-in testing, because my testing computer, up and died on me. It won't do anything. I can't see anything on the screen. Fan don't come on, it doesn't make any noise. And I verified that the power supply is good. Took the battery out of it, tried to run it. It won't come on. So, until I get a new rig set up to do the testing, more 24-hour burn-ins. I mean, I could set them up, turn them on, you know, and just let them sit there for 24 hours, but that's not really testing anything. Okay, now let's get her set up and show you the power. Skip the B and K this time. We'll go direct to the bird meters. Let's up here and flip that switch. The nice thing about the Striker radios is that they come set up for a dynamic microphone. Instead of like the Presidents or the Anytones, they come set up for the electric mics. Nothing wrong with electric mic. I just think the old dynamic mics sound better. But on some radios they don't. Like on the AT6666 and the little Lincoln 2, the electric mic sounds better. Okay, power all the way up. Yep. And let's get you down here. Power meters. There's the radio. Nice looking radio. Anyway, move this over a little. Sorry about all that. I want to get you where you can see the meters. That's pretty good. I need to move you over this way a little more. We're reading on the bottom scale on both meters. And the meter on the right is peak. Meter on the left is RMS. We're reading on the bottom scale, which is the 100-watt scale. I've got 100-watt slugs in both of them. See there? Okay. We're dead keying about 12 watts. With RF power turned all the way up. Audio, hello, audio. See, we're pegging that 100-watt needle, that 100-watt needle out in the corner. Hello, audio. That's about 120 watts peak, where that 60 is there. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you see our RMS needle is going forward as I'm talking. Now I'm going to turn the RF power all the way down. We're still in AM. It's dead keying about, maybe 2 watts. Audio, hello, hello, audio. So you can run something behind this without too much difficulty. Let me turn that back down. You may not want to turn it down all the way. Leave it about right there. Audio, hello, hello, audio, audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, audio. Audio, hello, hello, audio, audio, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, audio test. Test 1, 2, test, test, audio, audio. So that little mark in between the 40 and the 60 is the 50 mark, and you multiply that times 2, that's 100, and we're over that mark. Audio, 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 audio. So really nice setup. Okay. So whose radio is this? Let me go check. I've lost my place. Oh no, I didn't. It closed the damn. Oh God, this is aggravating. It automatically closes the app. I apologize for the wait. Mike in Washington. I'd already said that. But there you go, Mike. Nice looking radio. And I know you're going to be putting something behind it. So I set it up just for that. Okay? All right, buddy. Mike, sure hope you enjoy your new radio. It was my pleasure to set it up for you. 7-3, everybody.